Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Elva Shack Star and I am a card reader. My name is Steffi. Welcome back. If you remember, please like and subscribe. The like is down below this video. Please hit the like button if you resonate with this video. And let's get started. We're just going to check into the general energy today. Or this evening, wherever you find yourself. The first deck that I'm going to use is called Empowerment Cards. And, and there's a feather in there. I guess we'll use this. Our angels are here with us. And these cards were given to me from a very special person in my life. I will not give any names for privacy. But she is my therapist, and she's amazing. And so we will start out with these cards. Let me shuffle here. Spirit guides, ancestors, all that are listening in the spirit realm, please send us messages through the energy in this room and in this space. Normally I have us take 3 breaths. You can do that at your own accord if you wish. I won't force it on you to do so. So while I'm shuffling the cards, you're welcome to take 3 breaths. Usually when I take these 3 breaths, I inhale the oxygen into my stomach and then raise it up through my chakras into my chest, and then I exhale out of my mouth. Okay, one more shuffle here. And I've picked the color green. And in the theme of Dias de los Muertos, for the Day of the Dead, to celebrate our ancestors on this reading. And I'd like to call upon our ancestors as our guides as well at this time. And these empowerment cards are just general messages to bring us insight into the energy that surrounds us at this time. Okay, here we go. Let it begin. Okay, ancestors, what messages do you have for us today? Any more messages from this deck? Yes. Yes. Any more? Okay, we've got 3. Let me grab my glasses. Because I am blind without them. I have some music playing in the background. It's actually the frequency, the Earth's frequency, which is, oh wow, I got way more cards than I thought. Okay. I guess our ancestors have a lot to say to us at this time. The music in the background is the frequency, the Earth's frequency, which is at 7.83 megahertz. And I just like to use it for, to create a safe and balanced environment while we do this reading. And very grounding, of course, grounded to Mother Gaia. So, okay, we have Happy Heart, Oak Tree of Strength, the Mountaintop Ascent, I get that one a lot, Sacred Fire, which I get a lot as well, Staircase of Knowledge, and Equinox Balance. There we go, we were just talking about balance. Okay, so let me read these. Happy Heart, let me show you the card. It's very beautiful. Okay, this card says, I have a happy heart. Today will be full of joyful moments waiting for me to discover my gratitude overflows from my inner self to those around me. I love that. The next card, Oak Tree of Strength. I am strong and capable. I fulfill the responsibilities in my life. I am an oak tree of strength. supporting those who are close to me. Beautiful. The next card we have, the Mountaintop Ascent. I love this one. Okay, it says, though the way is steep and winding, I journey up the mountain. I find strength in knowing that others have reached the summit before me. I ascend for myself and on behalf of those who come after me. Next, we have Sacred Fire. I love this one. I want to show this one to you. It's almost like the Phoenix Rising. We have the fire dragon. Okay. And as far as animal guides and all that, I think we're all still in this energy of action. So following our compass, like what we had talked about in the last reading, and the sacred fire, it's almost like the Kundalini rising, where it's activating our chakras and balancing them to bring us into our moment of power, how to sustain this power. It's normally the term is, of course, the Phoenix Rising. People say, I feel a fire in my belly. So some of you may be feeling that at this time. You may be feeling different sensations in your body. A reminder that my ancestors are telling me now, and my therapist reminds me of on a regular basis, that I'll pass on to you, is to, if you're feeling strong emotions, try to remember to tap into your physical body and feel the sensations in your body in that moment. And then I think once you do that, for myself, when I do that, as I tap into those sensations, certain emotions will come up at that time that I may be not addressing in that moment, that may be getting triggered in that moment. Again, frustration, anxiety, insecurities. So as we're continuing to build our self-confidence, to follow our intuition, I believe that it's important to listen to our physical body and to remind ourselves to tap into that in the environment that we find ourselves in that present moment when those triggers present themselves to us. And then take it to the next level, and that's identifying the emotions that are connected to those parts or those sensations in your body. Most of the time it has to do the open phrase that we call stress. So if there are stressors in different parts of your body, feel through it, focus on it, and maybe ask your guides, your ancestors, please show me what emotions are attached to this part of my body that I have not been listening to, or that I've been so busy with other things I have not been aware of and have been able to tend to that part of my garden. That there may be a lot of weeds in that area that we need to pull out because they're strangling the seeds and the healthy plants that we've planted and that are growing in that area, as a metaphor. So, okay, sacred fire. I am filled with passion. My energy is like a bonfire burning within. I feel energy flow through my being, and I focus this power to achieve my goals today. Excellent. Okay. So, thank you, ancestors, for that message. Staircase of Knowledge. I'll show you this card. It's very beautiful. It's a woman on her new path towards the moon or the sun. She's found her compass, and now she knows what direction she needs to move in, and has the faith in herself that she can trust on her tools, her wisdom that she's learned up to this point, to let go of all the things that she doesn't need, and to leave that behind her as she starts this new path, this new cycle. And I think we all find ourselves starting that new cycle, as we talked about in the last reading. So it says, Staircase of Knowledge. I believe in continuous learning. Each day is an opportunity to grow my knowledge. Each lesson is a step on the staircase to my success, which I also believe is connected to our intuition. So trusting in our intuition and the skills that we've developed along the way, the lessons we've learned, and to take that knowledge that we've learned through those hard times, leave the garbage behind, the attachments to the emotions, to the people, to the circumstances that we've gained this wisdom and this knowledge, leave those behind, but take the wisdom with us, the lessons that we've learned. Okay, equinox balance. And what am I trying to say? We're coming into winter now in the northern hemisphere. And so we have the winter solstice, fall equinox. So this is perfect timing for this. So it says, I am in balance as my seasons change. I find equilibrium, that's an amazing word, equilibrium, balance, within light and dark, rest and activity. Joy and sorrow are in harmony. I offer gratitude for this divine gift. And I think that's one thing to be a reminder that our ancestors are reminding us of, is to always give gratitude, to remind ourselves of maybe there are things that we have forgotten about that we may have been taking for granted. It could be people, our environment, ourselves, our wisdom, trusting ourselves that we have the tools and we are still developing new tools on this new cycle, to give gratitude to that, to give gratitude to our spirit guides who are constantly trying to talk to us in our lives from moment to moment, to give gratitude to them, and especially, of course, as always, to each of our ancestors. Because I believe without our ancestors, we are unable to find our compass. It is our ancestors' shoulders that we have climbed upon to be where we are now, where we find ourselves in this present moment, and to learn to tap into that more, even if it's finding out more about your family history, your roots, your last name of your mother's maiden name, your father's last name, and to do research in those cultures and those countries that you've come from, to ground yourself through your heritage, through your ancestry, and not just through blood, but through friends, your soul friends, your soul sisters, soul brothers. Maybe tap into their roots, their histories, where they come from, and maybe learn a little bit of their history and how it may help you. You can tap into so many different ancestries, even in the location that you find yourself, a certain state that you live in, a certain country that you live in. Tap into the ancestral background of those cultures that dwelled in that area, to bring yourself into balance, into that environment, connecting to nature, because it's in the soil and in the dirt that those ancestors as well have their records, have their wisdom. And I believe in tapping into that energy into the soil, the roots that the trees grow in, they hold the memories, they hold the knowledge. And Gaia is always willing to share that knowledge with us. If it's an indigenous culture, do some research, go to the library. I myself am a physical person. I love to touch the books. YouTube is a great resource. Wikipedia, they're great, but I think in grounding yourself, it's nice to go to a physical library, see the book, feel the cover, smell the age, the wisdom of the pages. So I'm going a little out there, but I think you guys feel me. So, okay, let's move on to the next deck. I'm going to try to make this reading a little bit quicker because I went on for like an hour and a half last time. So, okay, again, I love using this deck, and it's the When My Soul Whispered Oracle deck by Melissa Salvaggio. I think I said it right that time. So let's see what these cards have to say in this moment. Let me do some shuffling. And I really believe ancestry is very important. And like I said, if you're, you have some family issues or whatever, then you don't have to tap into those ancestors. And I'm talking ancestors, ancient ancestors from thousands of years ago, when, when humankind first started learning about the earth and nature and the balance of the universe. When they first started planting their seeds of knowledge. When fire was discovered, the sun and the stars, and using the stars as a map, not our GPS on our phone. So I think tapping back into nature really helps us bring ourselves into balance. And also remembering duality, between joy and sorrow, dark and light. Finding the balance in between that duality, not picking one or the other. You need a bit of both to find the center and find that balance in between both of them. So not only, I think in this day and age, we're always talking about the light, higher vibration, lifting yourself up. But again, if you're only focused on the light, there's a huge shadow that's growing up behind you as you're moving towards the light. You turn around and all you see is darkness. I think when you find the balance, you're in the center. You can see the dark and you can see the light. And balancing between the two can really keep you centered in accordance to grounding yourself as well. To the earth, to Mother Gaia. That's what helps, I think, keep us centered as well. So, okay. And let's see what this deck has to say. Let's cut the cards. Okay, cards, ancestors. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, it must be something deep. Oh, and I think that's all I need. Let's see what's on the bottom. Oh, boundaries. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see the card. It's a hummingbird. And the colors are gold and purple. Purple is, of course, the crown chakra. And gold is more of the solar plexus. So it says boundaries, which is great. I think we need to focus more. Our ancestors are saying working more on our boundaries with others. And maybe even ourselves, where if we're finding we're being tempted, there's more temptations as we're moving at the beginning of this new cycle, we're going to be tested more. It's a newer level. So we're going to be, tested a little bit more on our wisdom, the things that we've learned, like taking a college course or something like that for the final exam. And I think with the boundaries, maybe there's some temptations, a relationship that it could go either or, where a relationship that you're needing to let go of and leave it behind you because it's throwing your energy off balance, and it's sucking a lot of your energy that you need for yourself to move along this new cycle. Or it could also be setting boundaries as far as coming into a new relationship, letting all of those fears, angers, upsets from your previous relationship that you were in, leaving that behind where it belongs in history, behind you as you move forward. Have an open mind to this new development of a new relationship. Give this person a chance. Be open to change. So that's that one. And really quick, hummingbirds always remind me of the spirit of our mothers. So I think our mothers are here with us, and grandmothers in this space. So hi moms, hi grandmas. And I want to say hi to my mom. She's been with me a lot lately as I'm moving into this new cycle. My mother's name is Madonna. Okay, and let's see what else we have here. Oh, beautiful. We have insight. I'm going to put this with the feather on it for our moms and grandmas. Okay, so we have insight. We have acceptance. Wow, this is beautiful. We have confidence. Oh, this is amazing. I think our ancestors, and strength. How beautiful. This is incredible. I think our ancestors are saying that they're very, very, very proud of the work that we've done and to continue on this path. And that, well, I think we're each starting to learn what our purpose is in this place that we call life. The more wisdom we gain through the knowledge of our everyday experiences, the choices that we make through these experiences, tapping into our physical bodies, grounding ourselves each day or in each moment, staying present in each environment that we find ourselves in the present moment. I think they're saying that, keep on keeping on. We're doing the work. We're finding our purpose, and we're having the confidence to trust our intuition and to act upon that. So, insight. I want to show you this card. It's a peacock feather. Every time I find a feather or see a feather, it reminds me of my guides, my angel guides, that are saying, you're in the right place, keep going. We're cheering you on. We're so proud of you. And we love seeing your light, how much you're glowing. You give us hope. And what am I trying to say? You light our way as well, so we can follow you and protect you and send you messages like feathers or flowers. There's two flowers here. Aren't those beautiful? The sunflower. And this one almost looks like impatience or something. But okay, acceptance. I think acceptance and confidence. Once we gain the insight into our lives, what our purpose is, once we come into that light, I believe we start to accept more of who we are. Even the things that other people judge us for, that people, will make snide remarks or from their own insecurities and why do you do this or why do you do that? And instead of having this shame of ourselves, I believe even in those moments, without giving that other person the power to influence our own insight on ourselves, the more we work on accepting ourselves, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, when we find that balance in our lives, I believe we're more accepting of those things. When you look at your body and you pick your body apart, I think everyone has likes in their body, about their body, and I think we have dislikes about our body, but I think it's learning to accept them all and just knowing that the whole package is beautiful, that you're beautiful exactly how you are. So learning more of acceptance, accepting ourselves in whatever environment that we're in, trusting ourselves, knowing that we have what it takes to function in the environment that we're in at that time, and which builds our self-confidence. And I think the more self-confidence in a healthy, balanced way, there can be overconfidence that can kind of pull us off of our path and out of balance, especially if we listen too much to what other people have to say about ourselves. I think the more we listen to our intuition, we can have a very healthy, balanced self-confidence. So, and then of course, that comes from these three is strength. Actually, let me show this to you, which is the lion or the lioness, which brings me to Sekhmet. Sekhmet is the Egyptian. There were male and female pharaohs, and she was actually the sister of Isis. Isis was more air, light, kind of like the sign Aquarius. Hers was more identity through birds, feathers, wings, angels, where Sekhmet was more of the shadow, the dark side, the fire, the metal, the molten lava, that kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Temperament, that forges through that melted metal, softens the hard edges and through the difficulties in life. And so I think Sekhmet is here with us also. My ancestry, actually, in the research that I've done, has connections to Sekhmet. And like I said, Sekhmet was the sister of Isis. And there were many stories from different mythologies that Sekhmet was the evil one, that, she was a temptress to men and would burn them and was evil. But I think there's another way of looking at that. I think Sekhmet is part of balance. She's the strength. She's been in the dark shadows. She understands temptation, temptresses. And I think focusing on her energy, she is here to help us build our confidence, build our strength. That there's a temptress in all of us in balance with her sister, the air, the birds. And Sekhmet is more earthbound, ground, volcanoes, lava, volcano ash, going through that fire. She is the bird of the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I think all of us have a part of that in us, male and female. It's finding the masculine energy and the feminine energy within ourselves and learning how to balance that, and when to use each energy in whatever circumstances we find ourselves in. Sometimes when we need action, we call upon our masculine energy. Sometimes when we need patience or to hold back to gain insight, we use more of the feminine qualities and the feminine energy. So, okay, thank you, guides and our ancestors. I'm going to leave our mothers and our grandmothers there. So, our last deck. Oh, boom. I just wanted to share this. This was on the bottom of the deck. It's the oak tree, and it's connected. So always reminding ourselves to stay connected to ancestry and our ancestor guides, whichever ancestors works for each of us. Okay, now this is a new deck that I've got. It's an oracle deck, and it's called the Psychic Tarot. Let me show that to you. Okay, it's by John Holland. If any of you are inspired to find this deck, I find it very empowering. When I just want to do a quick read for myself and really check in with my energy, these cards are very direct, which I really like. Okay, let's do some shuffling. Okay, ancestors, spirit guides, please bring us our final messages, checking in with our bodies, our minds, our spirits. Send through these messages clearly so that each of us can understand them in our own ways. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors, for these energies, for this communication, and for the wisdom and knowledge and passing it on to each of us. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Woo! Okay. Well, I think we've... Oh, yeah, wow. Okay. Let me see here. I will take those. I will take those. And I will take this one. The rest can be saved for later. Okay. I've got my crystal. Whew. There's a lot of energy here. It feels really scattered. So I'm trying to hone this energy in. It's almost like static electricity. Okay. Trying to bring in more focus. There's a lot of energies tuned in right now. It kind of scatters me a little bit. It's like a lot of info all at once. Okay, let me grab my amethyst for balance. Okay, my selenite. Remove any of the negative energies that are coming through. Okay, here we go. So, we have the number 10, Destiny. Let's see. We have the number 9, Material Harvest. Beautiful. We have number 5, Obstacles and Challenges. We were just talking about that. And we have number 4, the Heart Chakra. Oh, wow. Let's just put these in order. 4, 5. Oh, and we've got 2 6s. Awesome. So our numbers, if you've been seeing a lot of this number throughout your day, or you will start to see it as you move through this new cycle, is 666. No, it is not the devil, as some of us through religion have been conditioned to believe. I think the movie The Omen kind of really fucked that up a little bit. But in the spiritual realm, 666 actually means love. So, and I always like to do a little humor inside. The devil, spelled backwards, is actually lived. So there you go. So I'll put the 6 in the center. So you will be starting to see a lot of sixes. Say if you go to the grocery store, and I kind of do this little game with myself when I go up to the counter and they run everything under the scanner, and I always look at the total amount. I don't look at it as, oh my God, this is so expensive, I can't afford it. I just focus on the numbers and what my guides are communicating to me through the numbers. I don't even focus on the money. So I use it as messages, and even the time on the clock. I don't take in the actual time like, oh my God, I only have 3 hours left for this or whatever. I look at them as numbers in communication, like numerology. So to me, sometimes so I'm more excited to actually, when I go to the store to purchase groceries, or if I'm doing a little shopping therapy, if I've got a little bonus through work, or a person, as a gift, or they're paying something forward, they give me a gift card. I look at the final purchase number, and I look at that as a numerological message. That's a mouthful.